Hi, everybody. Will Faerber here, and once again, we're in Ithaca, New York, with Hanna and Duke. Hanna, tell us how it's been going since we saw you last.
It's been going well. Ron was able to do some work on the ground and work with Hanneman this week, and I think I rode him on Saturday, and he was really um, freeing up, really free motion at the lower gates without having to go into a canter or anything first. So his walk is getting pretty nice, especially on the
Excellent.
lunge line. So
Very, very nice. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and begin and see where we get to today. So we can go ahead and start the lunch with him. Already starting off with a nice walk right off the bat there. You need to get active. Very nice. Could be a little more active, but for him, starting off, that was very good. Very nice. Excellent. Just keep trying to open up that walk as we go. We can do it without going into a trot. Very nice.
wow.
And go ahead and bring it back to a walk for a moment. We'll just walk him a little bit longer.
Oh, walk.
Well, he wants to go,
Oh, good boy.
so it's our idea.
Walk.
Very nice.
Walk.
He
Oh,
wants to go.
good boy.
Said you, with a horse like him, you almost hate to bring him back to the walk because it took so long to get him to want to move, but just a little bit. That's looking really good now. You can go ahead and let him trot now.
And trot.
He wants to go. Let's see if we can get a little bit more active than he wants to give you there. Very nice. Good. Very nice.
Good boy.
Very nice right there. Very nice. That's really starting to look good now. Really starting to open up. Excellent. Just a little more active. See, once he gets that stretch, then just try to make it just a little bit bigger, like that. Very nice. Excellent work. Right there. And go ahead and let him canter a little bit.
Canter.
Very nice. And go ahead and come back to the trot.
And trot.
Good.
Oh boy.
Nice big swing. Just a little more active now again. Right there. You see him just push up in a little more. Pushes up into his back a little more. Nice. That's really good though. And let him walk.
And walk.
Very good boy. And go ahead and stop and change directions. Didn't ask him to be much nicer than that.
Walk.
Just trying to make that walk a little more active. And go ahead and trot.
And trot. Trot.
Ask for just a little bit more activity. You bring him a little closer to you if you like for one moment. And just try to push his hindquarters out just a little bit. There we go. Going. Still just a little bit more active. If you can send it on a little bit more. Push his hindquarters away from you a little bit when you see him looking out to the outside.
Trot.
Good. It's getting better. I still think you can get just a little bit more. See if you can get a little bigger trot out of him. So again, yielding the hindquarters to the outside a little bit. There you go, like that. There. We're always looking for that point where the shoulder starts looking like it's swinging freely, so to speak, that he doesn't stab the front legs. Not bad there. Good, 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 like that. There, right there is good. Could be stretched into it a little more, but that activity is really good. And go ahead and ask for a little canter in this direction.
Canter.
Good. Certainly has his leads figured out these days. Yeah, nice. And then back to a trot.
And trot.
Good. Now just bring him a little closer to you so we can ask for a little more activity, keeping him just where he is there in that stretch, but with a little more active trots. We get a little more lift out of him. A little more active. A little more so you can get just a little more, bring him a little closer to you and yield the hindquarters a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. Good. Keep that going. Just maybe a little bigger trot for one moment before we start to bring him up. Good though. And go ahead and let him walk. And he can halt, and we'll go ahead and put the side reins up in the upper position. And of course, go ahead and change back to the original direction once we've done that. And just keep trying to make that walk a little more active. You can get there. Just a little more active, a little tap. You can go ahead and trot for a minute. It's all right at this point. Just send him on from it. We'll come back to the walk in a minute. Usually like that when they're a little sticky, it's best to just go back to the trot for a minute and just get him moving forward and active, and then we'll come back to the walk. Better. There we go. Just a little more active still. There you go. Okay. Keep that going. Yeah, now it's getting better. Good. Good, that's getting better. Good, good, good. There we go. Of course, every time the head comes up a bit, and just send him on a little more actively and try to yield the hindquarters a little bit. Always the same correction. Very good. Good, that's much better. There. Back on. As you come to the wall on the other side, ask him to canter.
Canter. Good boy.
Good. And then back to a trot again.
And trot.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, good. Keep that going. So there was a case of just cantering a little bit just to improve the trot, which it did. Keep that going. And go ahead and canter one more time in this direction.
Canter. Canter.
Good. And now back to a trot again.
And trot.
Good. We're going to do that one more time because that downward position, you kind of stumbled into that. Let's go ahead and canter again.
And canter.
That's all right.
Trot.
And try that again.
Oh.
There you go. Good. And now back to the trot again.
And trot.
Yeah, better down transition that time. Keep that going. Very nice. Good trot right there. That's excellent. Now let him come back to the walk.
And walk.
Oh, very nice downward transition. There's the walk that we wanted. Good job. You can let him stop and change directions.
And
And just try to make that walk a little more active before we bring him up in the trot. See if we can get it closer to what we ended on the other side. We may have to go to the trot and canter first, but that's pretty good. Better than it was the other way. Just a little more active.
walk.
And let's go ahead and trot. Just because that walk's a little pokey. So let's go and let's improve the walk with the trot now.
Trot.
Go ahead and ask him to trot. And once again, trying to yield his hindquarters a little bit more. See how his shoulders are kind of outside the circle that his hindquarters are on. We're always trying to get them at least on the same circle, if not a little bit shoulder forward. A little more active.
Trot.
Keep working that. Keep trying to push his hindquarters outside a little bit. A little tap would be good at this point. Keep it going. A little more active still. Good. Like that. Now go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter. Canter. Ooh.
Good. There you go. And again.
Canter.
Now push the canter a little bit faster than he wants to go this time. Like that. Activates a little more. Now bring him back to a trot.
And trot.
Much better. Now keep that active trot.
Trot.
Go. Keep trying to yield his hindquarters in this. A little harder in this direction. There we go. It's getting there now. That's getting much better. Keep that going. A little more active. There we go. Now we're getting there.
Trot.
Good job there. Very nice. Keep that. And one more canter in this direction. And once again, pushing the canter on a little faster than he wants to give it to you there for a moment. Yeah, good, like that. So you see him start to round his back. Now bring him back to the trot. Good, now bring him a little closer to you so your circle's a little bit smaller. Keep your whip up, keep it active, 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 and we bring him the smaller circle and try to yield his hindquarters just a little bit so we get him a little more shoulder forward. Good.
Good boy.
Good boy. There we go. It's starting to look like a working shot. Like that. Keep that going, just like that. Really good. Now let him walk.
And walk.
Yeah, very nice. Much better walk now. At the end. Keep that.
Walk.
Now try to keep that walk for a moment. Good. That's like that. Very nicely done. And you can let him halt there, and we're ready to get up. Now, of course, when you're working him on your own, you just feel free to spend as much time in that as you want. I just try to get through this stuff fairly quickly because we're ready to get you up there so we don't spend all our time doing that. But that's really good. He's looking great. But as I say, you see how we use the trot and the canter to improve the walk, and we use the canter to improve the trot a little bit. And now not every horse works that way. So we have to get to know every horse that we work, because some of them, if we canter, it gets actually worse. So it depends on, this is a horse who canters better than he does anything else. So that's kind of why it works well with him, because he has a good, easy canter, easy over his back. Horses that are really disconnected in the canter, we would find that would not work so well.
There you go.
I don't know if you guys saw this in the paper or anything today. This 15-year-old who just got killed in Florida on the circuit down there.
Oh, really?
It was in the paper. It was actually national news. It was on the horse stuff yesterday. And there was another one killed a few weeks ago. And why are all these people, none of these organizations, why did it happen? Well, they're looking at everything but the reason that actually the girl got killed, because she was riding on the neck of the horse, riding pretty big fences and riding in that ridiculous hunter style where they're laying on the neck of the horse. And all the horse did was trip a little bit, and she just went right off the horse onto her head, and the horse fell on top of her and killed her.
Yeah.
But this is what's killing all these people today, is riding all these horses that are hollow. And when a horse that's hollow, if something happens to it, it trips, it flips over, because the back end, they're not four square underneath themselves. So the front end stops and the hindquarters just flip on over on top of them. I've seen it actually happen at a walk to people.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those clips of stuff happening all the time.
Yep. And as I say, our organizations aren't talking about what's causing, because they don't want to say anything bad about how the horses are being trained. So they're looking for every other kind of excuse as to why this is happening so often. I mean, so many people getting killed these days. It's ridiculous. Once again, if you jump horses by laying on their neck while they're jumping, it's just a matter of time before you're going to get seriously hurt. All right, so just starting out going large, just trying to get a nice active stretch in the walk if we can get it starting off. Once you're organized. And just keep that going large for the moment, just trying to open it up as we go. Getting better. Yeah, there we go. Keep that going. Good. That's starting to work. Good. Very nice. This is getting much better. Where we'd always like to begin and end every session is with the horse just stretched out before we start asking him to do anything else. Get that back swinging. And go ahead and continue down the next long side. Just once again, just keep opening them up a little bit as you can there. And then when we get to the other end, we'll turn by the center line and do a leg deal to the left. Yeah, it's getting better. And go ahead and turn by the center line and leg deal to the left. And in the very beginning stages, we always start the leg yield about right there. Before they get completely straightened out, you're already keeping them moving over. We always want to keep the shoulders slightly in advance. There you go. Keep that going. Little tap, keep it going over. Stretch yourself up a little straighter. It's okay to put a little weight on the inside seat bone, but you were leaning a little bit to the inside. So we don't ever want to lean to one side or the other. It's your shoulders are what weigh your seat bones without having to lean. So when your shoulders parallel the shoulders of the horse, that is when your outside shoulder comes forward, automatically your inside seat bone is going to be weighed a little more. Go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal here. And just keep trying to make that a little more active as you go. And go ahead and try to lengthen the walk down the next long side, see if we can get a little more active swing out of them. That's getting better. They're starting to open the step a little bit. Keep that going. And all you're doing is just softening a little bit with your fingers, not losing contact, so he'll want to stretch into that contact with your fingers. And it's always just lightly playing with the finger, keeping it alive, keeping your feel of his mouth alive, but without trying to force anything. Go ahead and turn by the center line at this end, do a leg yield to the right. Keep that going. A little more active. Keep it going. It's getting better, though. He's a little pokey in this, but not terrible. Now see if you can open up the walk again down the next long side. Get him to start coming a little more forward. That's getting better there. Better walk there. Keep that going. Yeah, that's getting better. Keep that going. Looking better now. And continue large. Now see, he's a little bit poking this walk today, so we're going to go ahead and go to the trot just to activate, kind of just like we did on the lunge line, because he just kind of there's kind of point that it becomes pointless, to try to keep pounding on them to try to get them to open up that walk. So let's go to a little bit of trot. Go ahead, go to the trot, and we'll come back to the walk in a bit. That's going good. And just trying to open up the trot as you go. Just keep asking for a little more. He starts to open up that trot. He always goes through this little phase here where he acts like he doesn't want to go. And just keep that going. And we'll tap. There you go. Now I responded that time a little better. Keep working that, going large. A little more active. There you go. Now we're starting to get there. There you go. Good. Keep that. If he'll stretch all the way to the ground, that's where we would like him to be at this point. Good. That's better. Good. Keep that going. Same thing. Keep that going. Always remembering that it's pointless to try to do much with your hands if there's nothing coming through behind. There has to be some impulsion coming through the horse to have him respond to the bit correctly. So in those cases where he's a little pokey like that and you can't feel that, we've just got to get that going before you can really get take any contact or get the correct kind of contact with the bridle. Just keep going that, keep going large with that a little bit. Try to lengthen the stride down the next long side. So we got to just generate a little more activity. It starts to come through from behind. There you go, starting to get it there. Good job, like that, much better. Keep your shoulders up like that. And try to open a little bit more. Now that we've got the stretch, then we try to get a little bigger swing in it. Good. Back on. Good. Really good there, much better. Needs to be a little more active, but the stretch is good. Keep that. Now go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal. Just keep working on the stretch till we get the trot active. That's getting better. That's getting better. Good. Now try to ride a circle here at this end, just riding a big 20-meter circle. Whenever I say to circle, I always mean width of the arena unless I specify smaller. Like that. Try to make a circle there, keeping that going, keeping going the stretch. Once again, trying to yield his hindquarters, just like when we lunge a little bit more to the outside. We can activate him by getting to step under and push up into his back a little bit more. Keep that going. A little more active, keep it going. A little more active. There you go. Good. Like that. Good. Then he responded to you that time. Good. That. Now go ahead and go large. It's getting better. Now, when you get to the middle of the short side here, let's go ahead and do a little canter with him, help him warm up. Canter always seems to help this horse a great deal. And once again, as always, just getting off his back as you're cantering there, so we're not putting any pressure on his back. Just letting that canter roll along. Once again, we can do this with this horse because he has a good canter. With a horse that had a bad canter, this wouldn't be the thing to do. Good. Just keep that going. Try to open it up a little down the next long side. And on the next long side, bring him back to a trot. And once again, I'm just looking for that active trot in the stretch. There we go. Better already. Keep that going. Good. Try to lengthen the stride a little bit down this next long side. Much better trot now. Again, a little more active there. Just kind of poking. Keep that going. Good. Much better now. Here we go, good. And go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal. Good, and I'm still just looking for the stretch with an active trot. And keep that going. There you go. Better now. And when you get in the middle of the short side at the other end again, let's canter in this direction a little bit. Much better trot now. It always takes him a little minute to get over the old tapes in his brain. Yeah. And same thing, just getting off his back and just always asking for just a little bit more than he wants to give you. So if he's giving you kind of a lazy canter, see if you can get him to open that up just a little bit. Good. That. In the middle of the next long side, go ahead and bring him back to a trot again. Good. Let him go into that stretch, if you will. Nice active trot. Keep yourself stretched up while we make him active and swinging through. Good. Try to lengthen a little bit on the next long side. Much better. Keep that going. Good. Even a little more active. Pokey today. Yeah, keep that. Good. Just a little more active. Good. There we go. Now we're getting there. Keep that. Now just begin to bring his pole up. Just begin to shorten your reins a little bit and see if he comes up easily. If he comes up easily, you know you have enough impulsion. If it's difficult, you know he's not quite ready yet. Yeah, it's nice. And just bring him about midway, about like that. Let your hands stabilize in front of you. Much better now. Good job. Keep that. And go large. And this time after the center line, turn and do a little bit of a leg yield to the right. Don't try to hit exactly the center line. That'd probably be too sharp a turn for him, but whatever feels like a comfortable turn without losing the rhythm. So we always want to make a turn that the horse can do without having to slow way down to be able to make it. Because every time we lose the rhythm, we lose the gymnastic quality of the exercise. That's getting better. Good. Yeah, getting a little better there. And now stretch him all the way down on a circle here and active again. I like that. Good. Keep that a little more active. Tap. Keep that. Keep it going. Tap. I'm going to have you do a few strides in the sitting trot here in a moment. When I tell you to, I just want you to sit 3 strides on his back. Keep it going. A little more active. Or a little more active before we do it. There we go. That, and now just sit 3 strides and then back up again. So 1, 2, 3, and rise. I'm looking for no change. And a little active again. As soon as you come back out, give him a little tap and make it active again. And sit 3 strides again. Good. See how that slows him down? So tap again, start rising again, get a little more active again. And go ahead and go large again. That. In the middle of this next short side, we're going to do a little more canter again. So in the middle of the short side, ask him to canter. Good. And just go large. That. Good. Keep that going. And in the middle of the next long side, back to a trot again. Good. There. Good job. That. And change the rein on the diagonal. A little tap there, trying to poke. Get a little too slow there again. Change on the diagonal. A little more active again there. Getting a little too slow. Again, try to lengthen the stride down the next long side. Stretch up, push your seat through, but don't lean forward. Touch your leg, give him a little more. Get a little bigger swing out of him. Keep that going. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good job. Keep it going. All the way down to the other end. I want you to pick up the canter again in the middle of the short side. Yeah, that trot's starting to look pretty good right there. Yeah. Good. And once again, just going large in that canter. And in the middle of this short side, go ahead and bring him back to the trot again. Good. Right there, that trot's looking better there. Keep that going. Now go ahead and bring him up about midway now and let your hands stabilize in front of you again. That active. Good. Yeah, going now. The next middle of the next short side, turn by the center line and leg yield to the left. Trot is looking better. Good, that's better. Now a circle here and let him stretch all the way down in the circle. Keep it active, and we're going to do what we did before. When I tell you to, I just want you to sit 3 strides and then come right back out of the saddle, hoping for no change in him. A little more active. Be sure he's in a stretch when we do this. Don't do it when he gets all the way deep, a little deeper into the stretch with a little more activity. Want to be sure his back is coming up before we do this. There we go, like that. Keep it a little more active. Good, good, good. Now to sit 3 strides. 1, 2, 3, and then you're back up and rising again before it stalls. Good. Keep that a little more active again. Tap. A little deeper in the stretch. There, good. Now sit 3 strides. Good. A little more active again. Now when you sit, let your shoulders come back a little more and really sit in the saddle. You got to really let your legs relax. And again, sit 3 strides. Much better that time. Keep it going, active. I'm going to do that one more time. A little more active again before we try it. A little more, tap, tap, get a little more support. There you go. Now sit 3 strides. Good, and rise. Much better that time. Now go large. Good, now begin to bring him up from the stretch. Keep it active. Turn after the center line again and leg yield to the left. That's getting better now. That's better, good. Lengthen the stride on the next long side. Just asking for more activity. Think of it right now as just going a little faster, but you ask with both legs and push your seat through a little more active and give him a little tap with the whip. So he gets what you're saying, but you have to push your seat through so he understands. There you go. Got a little bigger stride out of him. Good. Now bring him up from the stretch midway. See if we can maintain this. And circle at this end once. Try to move his hindquarters out on your circle. He's kind of falling out with the shoulder. We want to try to make the shoulder at least, we always want the hindquarters on the same circle, if not a little shoulder forward. The same thing here, trying to get his hindquarters away from you a little bit on the circle. That's better. Getting him off of that inside leg. A little more. Let's keep asking that hindquarters to move out just a little bit more. Better. Now go large and lengthen again down the next long side. A little more through. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's better. There. You're starting to come better forward into your hand or to your hand. Keep it going. Now on a circle here, same thing. Once again, trying to get him off of your inside leg on the circle. He always wants to be a little shoulder to the outside on his circles. There you go. Much better there. Keep it going. Tap. A little more active. It begins to soften into the reins. Like that. Good job. Now go large. Now I want to let him just bring him back to a walk for a minute. Now let's just let him walk for a moment. Let's give him a little breather and let him stretch out in the walk. Take a little breather yourself for a moment. Everything all right? Yeah, that's a better walk there. And keep that going. Go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal once in the walk. Let him stretch all the way out if you can. See how active you can make this walk going across this diagonal. Remember to use your legs alternately. And of course, backing it up with your whip if you get no response. So if we put your leg on and nothing happens, then we have to back it up a little bit. Now that's getting much better. Starting to slow a bit too much now again. That going on. Now go large in the walk. Now just keep the walk and see if you can bring him up a little bit in the walk. And let's see if we can develop a little better working walk now that we've got him a little warmed up here. He's been a little pokey in his walk today. That's better there. Good. That's looking better. There we go. It's starting to look like something. That's a better walk. Good. Keep that. A little more active, starting to die a little bit there. Good. Now see if you can make it a little more active and just stabilize him a little more in a working walk. See if we can get a little more activity out of him in the walk there. Again, there you go. Better, better, and just softening them just ever so slightly with your fingers, like that. Never trying to force the position of the head and neck. It's the biggest mistake that people make training horses, is they start at the wrong end. When we get the rest of it right, the head and neck just comes into the right position very easily and without resistance. Much better walk now. Could be a little softer in the bridle, but I'd rather have the activity than not. You know, the activity is always the most important thing other than, yeah, good there. That's good. Now prepare to trot again, halfway down this long side. Ask for a working trot rising again. Try to bring your hands together as you're walking there and see if we can just make it active and step him right up into that trot. A little too much in, be careful of that inside rein. You're using a little bit too much inside the rein. So anytime if you see his nose sort of twist up to the inside, you know you've got a little bit too much inside rein. So once again, a little bit more active again. And in the middle of the short side, just because he's a little pokey today, we're going to go back to the canter in the middle of the short side and just wake him up in the canter a little bit and get that swing, because that's where it's easier to get with him. And then again, canter. A little more active. Now I want you to try to lengthen the canter down the next long side. A little bit more active, good. And bring him across the next diagonal and just do a trot through the change through the trot at X, is what I'm trying to say here. So just a very quick little change, just changing him to the opposite lead. A couple of trots, and then right into the canter again. Yeah, good trot after that. He didn't get the right lead, but that's all right. Soften him again, back in, correct the lead. Good, and go large. Now we're going to do the same thing across the next diagonal, just doing a trot through the change through the trot at X. So just doing this to give him something else to think about, get away from what we've been doing and do something a little different. And still ask for the same thing. And again, canter. So try to make the transition as quickly as you can. Now, be careful when you ask for the canter. Be sure that he's soft, a little bit softer on the left lead. That's because he's kind of looking to the right when you ask the canter. Sometimes that's why you get the wrong lead on him. Good. And again, come across the next diagonal. Do the same thing at X, bringing him back to a trot. And doing a change through the trot at X. And right away, and canter to the right. Much better trot now after that. Good. Get a little feel of your right rein. There you go. Good. Get it right that time. Now open the canter a little bit down the next long side. Good. And we're going to change through the trot again at X in this direction. And canter. Good, good. And again, lengthen a little bit down the long side. And again, taking the diagonal, only this time when you trot at X, I want you to stay in the trot. And try to use that power. Every time we make the downward transition, it looks like it's got pretty good power in the trot. So let's use that this time. Good, now keep that trot. There's a better trot right there. Keep that. Keep it going in the trot. Very nice. Keep him in the working position. Don't let him stretch all the way down right now. Keep it active. Now go on a circle there, keeping that activity. Bring your shoulders back a bit. And keep it there. Good. Much better now. Now he's starting to come into a better position. Keep that. Got a better trot. Good. Now we've got something starting to come together. A little more active again. Let's keep it going. Go large. Let's let him halt for a second. I want to see if he goes to the bathroom. Let him halt for a second. See if he keeps acting like he wants to go. He keeps lifting his tail up. I think that a little bit of this problem here today. Does that help? Nope. Okay, walk on. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. Nothing happening. All right. Right back to the trot again. And go ahead and put him back in that canter again. Good. And once again, lengthening down the next long side. And now taking the next diagonal, and again asking to trot at X. And then trying to keep that energy that we have after that canter into the trot. Better there. Keep it active. Now run into a circle again. Let's try to get his hindquarters a little bit to the outside. Get him to yield to that inside leg a little bit more. Better. Keep that going. Get her there. Good, good. Better working trot. Keep that. Keep it. Tap. Now go ahead and let him have the stretch all the way down now. Yep. Let him have the stretch all the way down. Good, like that. Good. Go large now. Now make it more active. Tap. Keep the stretch, but I want to see more activity. Good, good. Keep it active. Keep it active. There, there, there. Good now. Keep that. Just let him stay in that stretch. Keep it that active. Good. Even a little bit more. Try to lengthen down this long side. Good there. Much better. Keep it. Keep it going. That. Okay, now bring him up and ask him to canter again. Middle of the short side. Canter. Good. Keep that going. And just go large in the canter. Again, lengthening the canter a little on the long side. And again, on the next diagonal, bringing him to the trot at X. Good, better trot there, right there. Good, good. Keep that. Now circle. Now go ahead and let him have the stretch all the way down if he wants it, but keep it that active. Finish up here for a couple of moments. Keep it that active. Keep it that active. Put your whip on your inside hand. Good, good. There, 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 there. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Like in that trot. Good. There. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it right there. Good job. Keep it just like that for a moment. Anything change? We're almost done here. Keep that going. That. Good. Keep that. Much better. Keep that. Keep that. Good. Good. Good place. Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it going. A little more active. Tap. A couple more moments. Good there. Now let him come back to a walk. Oh, good boy. And go ahead and go large and come on down here. We will talk about it. Good walk at the end. Good trot at the end. And of course, we always want to end where we would like to begin, which is in that nice stretch with a nice active walk. We'd always like to let them cool down like that. And of course, it will be nice when the weather gets to the point where you can take them out and you can walk them outside and get out of this indoor arena a bit when that time comes. Very good job. Go ahead and dismount and let's talk about it a bit. It was funny today. You'll see if you watch the video back. A lot of times throughout the entire ride, he was lifting his tail a bit, like he wanted to move something through, but never seemed to be quite able to do it, whether that was really an issue or not. But I kept noticing that. But he definitely was a little pokier today than maybe the last time I saw you. Yeah. So what I did was, are you exhausted from that?
I felt bad. I was like, he's keeping repeating himself. It's not like I'm not trying.
So that's why I switched to doing just, whenever they feel like that, they're bored or maybe a little bit with what they're doing, they just want to get activated, do something different, that's based on the same thing. Once again, because this horse has a good canter, that's his best gait, we can go to that. A lot of horses, you couldn't do that because the canter is too bad. They're too hollow, but his canter is the best gait that he has. So he's a horse that you can use the canter to its advantage. That's what we always want to, whichever horse gait the horse is best at is where we want to do a lot of the work when we feel that something else is going wrong. He's always had that resistance to trotting, and that was long before, we saw the videos. I'm sure you know this history of this horse. He was dead to the leg and all the rest of that when they started. So finding other things to do with him, like, are you okay jumping some little fences and things like that if we get to that with him? Okay. Yeah, so next time I see you, if I have you on, we might do a little of that, just some different things to mix it up to get his mind active. So once again, they all get bored after a while a little bit. We're in an indoor arena, it's been a long winter in here, so finding other ways in the indoor arena, sometimes with horses like this that tend to want to be dull like that, finding other things to perk them up a little bit. Same thing, I remember when it's okay to lunge him over some little fences too, which we used to do with him, which really helps him a great deal. It helps him push it. Jumping is good for any horse if they're jumping correctly and jumping off their back end and not just throwing themselves, off their front ends at the fences the way many people jump these days. But, once again, just do, and we always want to remember, just even trotting things makes them, horses should be, not to say now with him, because his canter is better than the trot, it may be better to canter him, but we always want to be able to ultimately school horses jumping from the trot, because it really teaches them where the distance, right distance, and they have to jump off their hindquarters in a trot. At a canter, a horse can kind of throw itself, off of their front end at the jump, which is what hollow horses do, once again, which is what's leading to so many people getting killed today in riding, because these horses are on their forehand, and when something goes wrong, they flip over on top of you, which is why we've seen so many of those kind of accidents in the last 20 years. Getting worse and worse all the time. I mean, it used to be, I was an event rider for 10 years. Nobody ever got killed. Nowadays, 4 or 5 people every year are dying 3-day eventing. And the fences aren't as difficult now as they used to be, because they kind of, backed off a lot to the great deal. But that's why all of that is happening. So once again, just adding some different things to his routine like this, even his flying changes. And that's what we did once with him. I was curious to see what the change into the trot would do for him. And it was good. Every time we made that, it took him a minute to get all the pieces working, but we had enough activity that he got them working. So that's what we're always looking for. What can we do that will, sort of naturally activate him without us always having to beat on him, trying to make him go. So things like jumping and that kind of, which will also help his wind and help him push into his back and develop more strength and that kind of thing, are all good. So maybe the next time I see you, if we have some poles in here, we might have you jump. We'll probably do it on the lunge line first and do a little bit on the lunge, and then maybe do a little bit with you on his back. Just things to mix it up with him a little bit so he doesn't get bored with it all. Any questions about all of that?
Will, I was going to say that we started these guys on grass this week too, so that might be why he's a little,
Yeah, he was a little gassy, like his tail kept coming up, like he wanted something to move through, but it never quite happened.
Yeah. So we're getting them switched over to grass now. So,
yeah. Great. Well, I'm sure they'll be happy to get out there. Summer should help everything if they don't get too fat on that grass.
Exactly. Got a lot of it out back too.
I was thinking for people to realize that actually, a kind of sparse-looking pasture is in some ways better than those lush green pastures that just makes them fat.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of a mix of stuff that is not so lush is good for them. So they can eat a lot of it without it just adding all that bulk water weight and sugar and all that kind of stuff to them. Great job today. Once again, it's always about where we end up. We ended up with him where we wanted to end up, with him active and over his back. So that's what's always important. That's what will give you the next step. The next time it will be better. So all good. All right, you guys, wonderful with him.
Okay.
You want to take a little minute, or is she ready to go?
I'll see where she's at. We'll take a couple minutes.
Take a couple minutes. Okay. Great job, you guys.
Thanks, Will. Thanks, Hanna.
You're welcome.
We're live.
Hey, hi everybody. We're back this time with Darcy and Calvin.
Hello.
So she was just telling me a little bit about what's been going on. So I'm going to get her to go ahead and reiterate what she just told me about how she's been not working so much.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've been traveling a bit, so I've not gotten much work on him at all. Although I guess I ended up lunging him Saturday, Sunday, got on him Monday. He was very reluctant about going forward, but I did get him there. You know,
Good.
back to that kind of feeling. Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if Ron told you, but Marnie was visiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she checked. She very, very exciting because I've never seen such a good leg yield. Like the leg yield was amazing that she got out of him.
Oh, that's great.
So that
she
was
rode him through. That's
very
great.
cool. Yeah, and she had him like working really beautifully. And I asked her to help me with the canter, basically, since I've been struggling with the canter. She also said he's just really hard to get into the canter and keep him in the canter. So she did much better than I do, but she did it. You know, she now acknowledged it is a challenge actually with him. So yeah.
Well, I think we're at a point where we can start focusing on that more with him as we go on here and doing more of it, and that's what will solve the problem. Yeah. So, all right, let's get started on the lunge then.
Okay.
See where he's at. I see you guys got cold again.
Yes.
After being, wasn't it like 80 there a week? Yeah.
It's like 40
we kind of
now, 40 something right now.
We had the same thing. It got to about 80 one day. Now it's back into the 60s. Yeah. But boy, is it green in California right now.
Oh, that's good.
Haven't seen it this green in years.
Very green. Field's so lush in my since we've been here, so kind of interesting. I know Ron mentioned we're trying to transition them back to grass, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. I always put a grazing muzzle on him.
Right.
It's not enough, so I have to just pull him off of it some days early, you know.
You need to make one paddock where they can just get him to eat it down to nothing and put him out in that one. You know?
We have the winter, and so I normally recover.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe I don't recover, and maybe that becomes his paddock.
Yeah, exactly. That might be the idea. Yeah. Once again, as I said, you know, horses don't need lush green pastures. I mean, they're better off on stuff that's like mix of grasses and, you know, not too rich, obviously. Probably starting off in a pretty nice active walk there this morning. Act like he was going to stop and pee there for a moment. Changed his mind. Yeah, nice active walk though this morning. It's actually quite good. I'll just keep that going for a moment. Very much liking this walk. Until he got there and decided to stop on us though. Yeah, let's keep him going. And a little more active again. Now, once again, it's a good idea to not let him make a decision. If you see him trying to stop, keep him going, and then you ask him to stop, okay? So don't let him make the decision to stop. If you see that he's trying to, go a little forward and then ask him to stop so that it's your idea, not his, just deciding to do it whenever he feels like it. Or he thinks he might get away with it. Good. Good though, a nice active walk though. This is actually quite good. Got a little bit of belly on him, not too bad today. Nothing like it used to be. And you can go ahead and ask him to trot. Now, once again, as I say to you guys, take all the time you want with this lunging stuff. When you're on your own there, I try to move through this fairly quickly in the lesson to get you up there. Good. He's already pulling his belly right up. That's pretty good. Is that going? Liking this. Good. Very good. That's actually quite a nice trot for him. Good. Really nicely connected. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good trot there. Belly's come right up. Really good trot. And go ahead and ask him to canter. Yeah. Keep going. A moment. Good. He starts to stretch into it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. A little bit longer than he wants to. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. We're going to start focusing on this. So keep it going. Don't let him break. Don't let him break. Keep him cantering. 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 Keep going. Tap, tap. Quick. Now try to recognize that when you see him starting to break down the gate. Try to get there before he breaks. Keep it going. 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 Now ask him back to a trot. And once again, we always want everything to be your idea and not his. Good. Really good trot there. Very nice. Nice active trot. And you can let him walk. Really good trot. Good boy. As he comes to center line, you can let him halt and change direction.
Good boy. Where?
And so the canter is also with horses like this type of horse. Once we can get a decent canter at them, it's really important for them because it really helps them build wind. With horses like this, they can tend to be, getting them aerobically fit is important. Like a thoroughbred, you never have to worry about that. You lunge a thoroughbred 10 times and they're ready to go a mile. But this type of horse, it's really important to do this kind of aerobic work, if you will, of the canter. When we think about how we train horses, generally speaking, muscling is built mostly in the trot, and we build wind mostly in the canter. Not that it doesn't build some canter, it certainly does, but when we think about what it's really doing.
Welcome.
And all types of horses are a little bit different. As I said, you lunge a thoroughbred for 2 weeks, which is the biggest mistake that people make with thoroughbreds, is they start trying to lunge them to be quiet, and pretty soon it takes 2 hours to lunge them because they're looking for the wrong thing. Then go ahead and trot.
And trot.
Good. Good. Keep a little more active. Good. Good trot. And again, go ahead and ask him to canter. And now keep the canter going. And once again, really keep your eyes on him. If you see him starting to break the gate down to it like that, try to get there before he does it. Canter up. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Always trying to think about stopping. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Now come back to the trot.
And trot.
Much better. Good trot. Really nice trot. So great how he's moving his hocks so well. Remember when we started with Zorf, you go back and look at those early videos, he barely flexed his hocks at all. Really good. And you can let him walk.
And walk. Good boy.
Good. And let him halt and put your side reins on. And you can go ahead and change directions again. I will be right back in 1 second while you're doing that.
Okay, come here. I know. No. Walk on.
Good. Keep that walk going for a moment. And try to yield his hindquarters just a little bit and see if you can keep him in the walk. We get him just to engage a little bit more. Yeah, better. Good. And go ahead and trot. Good. Try to define the circle yourself, so don't let him drift out towards the rail so much. So keep a little shorter line and just keep him just inside the line so he's just not drifting out of your contact there quite so much. Again, trot. Good. Good, that's coming nicely. Good, very nice there. Good trot. And go ahead and ask him to canter. Same thing here, we're going to keep him in the canter once you get it to go. And keep it going. Same thing. Keep looking at him very closely. If he feels like he's breaking, be ready to step right there. Ready to keep him going like that. Keep that canter going. Keep it 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 going. Don't let him stop. He's starting to break. Keep going. Good. Keep it going. 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 Shorten your line just a little bit so you can work a little closer to him like that. There, keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Now bring it back to a trot.
And trot.
Good. It's better trot now. Belly came up a little more in that canter. Keep it going. And now again, ask him to canter.
Canter.
And once again, keeping a minute. Stay close enough to him so you're right there. Keep that whip coming around. Good. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. He's starting to break. Keep it going, keep it going. Good. Now trot again. And let him settle in the trot. Bring him a little smaller circle than the width, just maybe in just a little bit like that. Bring him on a little closer to you. Let's bring a circle a little bit smaller now. It's more like a 15-meter circle. So about 5 feet in on each side. Not like that. Keep that. Very good. Keep that smaller circle right there. That's quite a good trot. There we go. Keep that. Good. And let him walk again. Good. Go ahead and let him halt. I want to shorten the side reins a little bit now. Let's take up the side reins like maybe 3 holes on each side. We can bring him into a little better frame still. But stay in the same directions once you shorten that.
I think Ron's right. I think it
Think what? Okay.
in here, and the holes always
What's that?
magnesium spread on, keep it wet.
I couldn't understand what you just said. It was kind of breaking up. What was that?
Oh, I think it's about the salt and how it shrinks the holes in the leather, I think sometimes.
Yeah.
It becomes problematic trying to Yeah, Ron. Okay.
Okay. So same direction for one more moment, and this with them a little shorter here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's more like it. And go ahead and trot. That's more like it. Get that going. And just try to yield his hindquarters a little bit. So bring him a little toward you and just try to push the hindquarters out a little bit more. So we get him more on both sides. There you go, like that. And see how that brought him right into the contact with the bridle when you did that, because he yielded his hindquarters and he pushed into his back a little more. Keep that going. He loses it, it's always the same thing, pushing the hindquarters out a little bit. Good. There, good. That's more like it. Now ask him to walk. Yeah, better tenor transition that time. And as you come to center line, you can halt and change directions.
Boy.
I'd better walk now. There, good. Good. A little more active, and once again, trying to yield his hindquarters a little bit in the walk. A little bit more, try to push him out there a little bit. Walk a little more active. There, that's better. Yep. And just walk again. Good, there. That's more like it. Keep that. Now go ahead and trot. And once again, yielding his hindquarters a little more active than he wants to do. But it's a good frame right there, though. Good working trot. Very good. And as you come around to the wall over there, ask him to canter. And just like we did before, keep it going. Try not to let him break. Good, that's much better. Keep that going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. That's better canter. Keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. Actually quite a good canter right there. Keep it going. Good, keep it going. Keep it going, don't let him break. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Really good right there. Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Really good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good. Now back to a trot. That was good. Good canter on that side. And just let him settle in that working trot again. Bring him a little closer to you, working him on a little smaller circle, yielding his hindquarters. Very good. There. Good job. Keep that. Again, keep trying to yield his hindquarters a little bit to the outside. He's still got his hindquarters a little to the inside. Try to send them out a little bit. And you keep contact with the rein like that. Good, good, good. Right there. Good trot. Keep that a little more active. Keep that going right there. Very good. And let him walk. Oh, very nice. Good downward position and a really good trot and really good canter in that direction. You can let him halt and we're ready to get you up there. That was good. Obviously, it's a little easier for him in this direction with the canter. So that would mean that you want to think about when you're asking for the canter, probably better to start in this direction than the other. But he really got to a nice place in that one where he wasn't trying to break down. He was nicely over his back. Looked really quite four square in that last canter.
Yeah, you're right.
What I mean by four square is equally balanced on all 4 feet, rather than sort of falling apart. Good boy, Calvin. Certainly stands nice and still after all that.
Yeah. He's usually pretty good about standing. Not always, though. Some days he's pretty antsy. Nope. Nope. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's really funny what his coloring is this year. Like, it's just interesting to me that it changed so much.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it almost looks like he's had a clip job. I mean, sometimes when you clip horses, they look like that. But you just shed it out. You haven't clipped him, have you? No.
No, I haven't clipped him. It's just shedding. That's it. But I remember more that orangey color like last year, you know?
Good.
Mom needs just a second to take off. I have this.
He looks good standing there.
Warmer stuff on. That's going on, but oh my gosh, I'm like actually hot. Even though it's colder out.
I say I'm so tired of being cold this year. We've had one warm day.
Oh.
I'm ready to warm up. And the one day we had warm, I went out to sit in the sun, and guess what was right next door to me?
I bet it
A
was
rattlesnake.
right.
Right. Biggest one I've ever seen in my life.
That thing was huge. I agree. I remember going, wow, that would make me move.
God, I tell you, I was seeing it. I was playing the piano. I looked out my window and saw it crawling out from underneath, the building over here right in front of my house.
Wow.
Sliding out. I sent him on his way. For me, they get one chance. If he comes back again, then I'll have to cut his head off. If I never see him again, I give him one chance. Hopefully he got the idea. But it was funny because I tried to spray him with a hose, and then he thought the hose was biting at the water and coming at me.
Oh, wow. I don't even know how you're supposed to get rid of them. I've never had to think about it.
He didn't want to be shooed into the direction I was trying to shoo him. But I tell you, every time I walk out the door now, I'm looking for him out there. My cats have killed 3 of them in my backyard over the few years. Keep that going. Well, nice walk starting off here. That's good. Keep that. Very nicely done. Here we go. Keep that. Good walk. Could be a little bit more active, but it's actually pretty good where it is. Very good. Once you got that real steep stretch, I'm starting to activate. Good. Go ahead and turn by the center line here and do a leg yield to the right. Ask for a little more sideward steps so he steps under his own body. There you go, like that. That's getting better. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going like that. Much better once you got a little more activity. And go ahead and lengthen the stride across the next diagonal, just keeping that big active swinging walk. See if we can get it a little more active there, kind of slowed down there at the moment. Good. Keep that going. Then you can go ahead and turn down by the center line at this end and leg yield to the left. For him, that's a pretty good active walk. Good. You can feel how it's a little easier for him in this direction. Keep that going. Some more stepping over. Good. Now keep that activity in the walk, and I would just want you to shorten your reins and bring them up into a working walk and see what we get. And you just bring them up from the stretch, but keep the same activity. So as we shorten the reins, we give little touches of our legs or whip if we have to, a little tap, to keep that energy going at the same level as we bring them up. Yeah, keep that going down the long side. Come up a little bit more. Keep activity. You can shorten your reins a little more and just bring his pole up a little bit more. Like that, really quite good. Nice and straight. And keep him straight in front of you. So when we're not doing a shoulder four or whatever, we always got to be sure the horse is straight in front of us. Like that, very good. Now go walk straight down the center line and change the rein, keeping that walk. Always you turn your eyes before you turn the horse and let the horse, like a ballet dancer, you let the horse turn underneath you while you keep your eyes on the spot you're going towards.
I actually stopped because he got really sucked back, so I thought maybe I'll let him try, but I'm just surprised he hasn't pooped yet, but I guess not.
Yep.
It was my idea.
It's your idea, not his, so that's okay. So that's perfectly fine. But it is that even if he does, always take a few more steps. Always make it your idea, because if they start getting away with stopping when they want to, pretty soon, once again, as you saw with him, it's not even a matter of whether he has to poop or not. He just starts to try to use it as an excuse just to quit. So horses come in two varieties: those who never want to stop and those who never want to go in the beginning. And tracking to the left. And once again, a little more activity now. We kind of lost a little of the frame. You got a little flat and out from underneath you a little bit. So stretch up, give him a little tap, bring that energy back to where we had it a moment ago. Bring his pole up a little bit. Let your range shorten a little. Bring his pole on up, but keep that energy happening. Let him come on up so he comes more into a working walk like that. Good. Good. Now go ahead and turn and go straight down the center line again this direction. Don't let him stop on the turn this time. Keep this going through here. And as I was saying before, turn your eyes before you turn the horse. Turn your eyes and fix them on a point at the end of the arena, and then turn the horse underneath you. Like that. Very nice. Go straight. And once again, a little tap with your legs to keep that energy going. And then we're going to track to the right at the top again. And I bring him up a little bit in the frame. You're letting him kind of he's kind of taking the reins out of your hand. So once again, just like everything else, it's got to be you who decides when that happens. Like that. When you ask for this. There's a good walk. Very nice right there. You feel how nice that is right there? It's really even, really good step. Now turn by the center line and do a leg yield to the left. Keep that activity. Try not to let the activity disappear as you make the turn. Stretch up. Get him straight again. Now ask him to step over. Good. Keep it active. He's kind of throwing his shoulder out a little bit, so move the hindquarters a little bit. Keep that going. Tap. We're going to come down the center line. We're going to do that one more time in this direction. Try to ask for a little bit more activity. Get him back up in that frame. Bringing the pole up a little bit. We did before a moment ago. We have to be there every stride the horse takes, riding every stride to be sure that everything stays the same. And now another leg yield to the left. Right there. Good. Keep that. Keep that. Good. Good. Yeah, right there. That's good. The shoulder should lead slightly, but shouldn't just fall out. That was good that time. Really nice there. That was good. Yeah, that was probably the best leg yield I've seen you do. You feel how it moved really evenly underneath you? That was really good. Now let him stretch out and change the rein across the diagonal and lengthen the walk, letting him stretch all the way down and trying to lengthen the walk as you do. Remembering to use your legs alternately, and also whether the horse responds to that leg. If you feel like you're using your legs alternate and all you're doing is patting him on the side and nothing is happening, then you have to back it up with your whip a little bit. We never want to let the horse ignore the aids. Yeah, quite good. There we go. Keep that going. Now as you reach the other side, now begin to bring him up into the working walk again. And try to develop that working walk, quickly changing your whip into your inside hand. And see if we can get that working walk back up to where it was before. And just go large now. And once again, now the walk's gotten a little flat. Lost a little of impulsion. Now let's bring him up. Now see if we can get it back to that active square working walk we had a moment ago. He's really stepping up through his back and softening in the reins. Nice and straight now going down the long side. Straight here. A little more activity. Tapping with the whip. See if we can get a little more. Get a little more. Come up underneath your back a little bit. There you go. Your hands come together. Bring him up a little bit. Keep that going. And we're going to turn by the center line here and do a leg yield to the right.
I just feel like he loses all impulsion though when I bring him up, and I do feel his back drop a little bit too.
Yeah. So add a little tap of your whip or your leg. Leg first, of course. A little flat on that turn there. Keep it up, tap. And now a leg yield to the right. This way is always going to be a little harder than the other way, at least for quite a while. Ask for a little bit more. He's not really stepping over enough. There you go, like that. That's getting better. So it's a little harder for him in this direction. And go ahead and turn by the center line. We're going to do that one more time in this direction. A little more activity. He's gotten a little flat again. See how he's kind of, the head is coming down forward. He's kind of dropped his back out from underneath you a little bit. So perk him up a little bit again. Give him a little tap with that whip. You feel it starting to drip. If he's not responding to your leg, you've got to use the whip a little bit and remind him of what your leg means. That's what the whip is there for. There you go. Good. That's better this time. There you go. Better this time. Keep it. Tap. Keep him going. Keep it going. Better. Keep it going. Keep it going. Not quite as good as the other direction, but not bad that time. Keep that going. Keeping your working walk. Now, are you asking for the stretch, or is he just deciding to pull the reins out of your hands?
I gave him the reins, but
stretch out. Short your reins again. Go large again. Give a little tap with your whip. Once again, he kind of the engine kind of turned off there a little bit coming through that corner. So once again, give him a little tap with. And when I say to tap with the whip, I always mean you've got to tap hard enough and quickly enough that they respond to it. Every horse is a little bit different. You know, some thin thoroughbred or Arab or something will jump out of their skin at the barely touch of a whip. Other horses are not so much. So we always have to gauge the sensitivity of the horse that we're riding. Go large, keep it up. Now I want you to do a shoulder forward down this next long side. We need more impulsion. We still need a little more energy in the step. Tapping with your whip once. Come on, it's getting flat. It's just flattening out as you're going through this corner. Keep him up, a little more energy. Tap. There, he responded that time. When you tap, he does it like that. Good. And then don't let him stretch down. Keep him up. Don't let him pull the reins out of your hand. Be sure you keep your thumbs down on the reins against your index finger. It's always a good idea to put your first knuckle of your thumb up. I don't know if you can see me in the picture there of me, but I'm holding like that is how you should hold the rein. So your first knuckle is up. If you don't have the knuckle up, the rein tends to slide through your hand, through your fingers. A little more activity again, going down this long side. Tap. Want a little more impulsion in it. Tap again. Bring him up, shorten the rein. Bring him up in the reins a little bit. Ask with your leg. Tap a little more. So we have to increase how quickly you ask these things of him and respond when he doesn't respond, or when he does, we do nothing at all. But if he doesn't respond, we always have to increase the activity until we get what we want. As long as we know that's within reason, of course. I mean, said that we're never going to beat the horse into a frame or anything. But as I said, with the sensitivity thing, they're all a little different when it comes to that. And of course, the more precise we are, that's why when you see someone like Marnie get on the horse and all of a sudden it goes wonderfully. Well, why does it go so much better with her? Because she's just quicker at asking and less forgiving, of the mistakes. Now that's a good walk now. Now we have a good walk again, like this. So you've got to really be on it every second you're on here, evaluating every step that you're making. Is it right? Or is he just beginning to slide away from me again? Or that the impulsion is sliding away? Keep it like that. That's it. And impulsion is kind of like the rev of an engine, that we rev at a certain speed as we change the gears and it all goes very smoothly. The horse with no impulsion, everything is very under-impulsed, not very smooth. Keep that going. A little bit more again. Tap again. Starting to slow a little bit. Bring the pole up. Don't let him start to stretch until you decide when the stretches come. Now, if the horse starts really pulling down a lot like they want to, just like everything else, we may then a little moment later ask for the stretch, but never when he just takes it out of your hands. We never want them to initiate the movement. Good. In the middle of this next long side, working trot rising. Or trot rising. Hopefully it will be a working trot once we develop it. So once again, there you go. So right away, get him ahead of your legs. And you can let him go into a stretch here just to get him moving again. So we don't worry about the frame if he's not moving. We can't get a good frame unless the horse is coming through from behind and through the top line. So we have to be sure that he's responding to the leg first before we can ask the horse to respond to our hands. A little more active, still opening it up a little bit more. Getting a little bigger swing in it. That's getting better. Like that. Good job. Good. This is looking better. Good. Now let him take the stretch all the way down, but just keep him active. Try not to let him slow. As you get to the corner, add a little touch of your leg or whip as you get to the corner so he doesn't slow down to make it easier for himself to go through the corner. And of course, don't make the corners too sharp either, because then the horse won't have any choice but to slow down. There you go. That's getting better now. There, good, good. Keep that. And get to this next corner. Look up, look up. Keep him going. Keep that same impulsion. Keep the same rhythm. Keep it going like that. And now let your hands come together in front of you, and let's see if we can develop a working trot just like we developed the working walk. Good. He wants to stretch. Now bring him up from that now. So just shorten your reins and bring his pole up, but keep the same level of energy in the horse as we bring him up. So we never directly, like if you go to use your legs, your hands should be relaxed for the instant. Now I don't mean throwing away the reins. I mean there's just no, you're not trying to soften him while you're using your legs. Your hands are just relaxed for 1 split second, and then when you feel the impulsion, then you can work with that impulsion and soften the jaw a little bit. So it's always one and then the other. We try to never oppose the two. Bad riders are constantly pulling and pushing at the same time, which is what drives horses. Some of them will go crazy, and the other ones just go dead. Kind of what happened to Duke. Exactly the same thing there. Okay, once again, was that his idea or yours? Trot. Come on, trot. Tap. Come on, tap. Tap. Come on. Don't look in the mirror. Look ahead of you. Go forward. Tap. Keep it going like that. Good. And once again, the next time he does that, right away, be quick to go to your whip and send him ahead of your leg. And then once again, if you feel like he's really tired or something, when you stop, then it has to be your idea, not his. Keep that going. A little more active again. Bring your hands together in front of you, asking to soften the jaw and pull just a little bit more so you can get a better working trot. There you go, like that. Keep that. Now we're getting there. Keep that going. Turn after the center line and do a leg yield to the right. While you're doing that, I'll be right back. I have to go get a different power supply for my computer. Right back.
Okay, I think we go. Walk on.
Okay.
Come on.
There we go. Okay. And just go large actively. A little more active. It's a little too slow. Again, get that freedom of movement going before we ask for anything else. That's better there. Good. There's getting to be a working trot there. Good. Now lengthen the stride on the next long side. I want you to practice feeling that the impulse from your leg sends him forward. And of course, send him through with your seat. So you send your seat through with a little bit longer stroke, so to speak, as you rise to open up the stride. That's what indicates like that. Good. Same thing again on the next long side. And send him through to your hand a little more actively. Stretch up and push your seat through. Active tap, tap, there, tap, tap, a little more active. Good. Turn after the center line and leg yield to the left. Good. That was much better that time. Much better rhythm. Keep him right there. We have him right there. Don't let him drag. Don't let him pull down. Keep it right there. Active. Anytime you feel him tugging on your hands, add your leg. Make him more active. That's what gets him off. Like that. Good. And again, go ahead and turn after the center line and leg yield to the left again. Which is good. Right there. Good, much better. Keep that going. And change the rein on the next diagonal. Keep him right there in your working trot. Nothing changes. Good. Keep it active. Go large. That's much better there. Good. Keep that. Change your whip to your inside hand. A little tap of your whip there. Again, stretch up. Yeah, there. A little more activity. Tap him once. There. Getting a better working trot. Ask him to soften just a little bit the jaw and pulse and just work with your fingers a little bit. Ask him to give a little bit right there. Good. Now, keep that. Go large. Turn after the center line and leg yield to the right. Good. Here we go. Yeah, very good. Keep that activity right there is really good. Keep it. Keep it. Tap hard. Tap hard. Don't let him do that to you. Tap. Don't let him do it. Be quicker to discipline him when he just decides to shut off on you like that. Keep it going. Now I want you to lengthen down the next long side. Tap. Come on, don't let him do it. Tap, tap, tap. Come on, tap, tap, tap. We'll let him stop in a minute if we think he has to go, but he can't do that on his own. Keep it going. Keep it going now, like that. Keep it going. Keep it going. Don't let him stop. Don't let him stop. Don't let him stop. Don't let him slow in this corner. Keep it going. 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 Now lengthen down the next long side. Yeah, good job there. Keep that going now. Don't let it quit. Keep your shoulders back. Keep it going. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now you ask him to walk. Good. And you can let him halt for a moment and see if he actually really does want to do something. And once again, it's your idea, not his. Good boy. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Nope. Okay, walk on. He was fooling you. So that's why it's so important, because I think in those cases he was just deciding, oh, I'm tired now. I don't feel like doing anymore. Let's see if he'll just stop. So we always have to remember that, you know, horses are very smart creatures, way smarter than people think they are, I believe, you know. And if you let them make the choices, they will be happy to do so. Just keep that nice walk for a minute. Just keep that big walk stretch. That's really a good walk. Let him catch his breath here for a moment. We've been working hard to keep that going for a moment. So once again, we always want, when we feel them getting tired, we always go a little bit longer than they want to go. And then we make the decision to let them stop or to have a break like we're doing here. Just let him walk out in a nice big stretch, but keep it active. Doesn't mean he has to stop and die. So in other words, we can back off on what we're asking, but we're still asking for something. We're still expecting him to keep going. Keep that walk going as you go large. Yeah, really nice stretch in that walk. That's good there. Good. Keep that. Really good. Keep that. Very nice. Keep going. Just keeping that stretch till you get through the short side here. Keep it active. Now begin to bring him up into a working walk as you come to the next long side. So as you begin to shorten him, keep the same energy going, or even ask for a little more. It takes a little more to keep a higher frame. Like that. Let your hands come together there. A little more active again. Good. Now prepare to trot by building a little more impulsion. We always have to build enough energy that when we just attack with our legs, we go right into a trot. So I'm going to start practicing. And when you get in the middle of the short side here, go ahead and ask him to trot. Keep trying to build a little energy before you ask for it. Not too bad there. Go large. Now go ahead and let him have a stretch in the trot to start with. Here, as we get back into it again, just go ahead and let him have a stretch, but make him more active. So let him stretch, but keep him really active. He wants to just kind of dump. A little more active than that. Tap again. So he keeps swinging through. Tap, tap. Once again, the horse can put its neck down, but not be coming through. That's what we always have to be sure that, once again, like most Western riders, these people who do peanut rolling, and that's why what we do sometimes gets confused for that. But that's all they do is let the neck down, the back ends, all the neck stretching down forward just simply facilitates the horse coming through behind. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is happening. Good. Now shorten your reins and bring him back up into the working trot again. That's it. Keep the activity. Now just ask him to soften there. Keep the activity. Bring your hands together again and just keeping your fingers alive. Asking him to soften to your fingers a little bit just by closing them on the reins a little bit, softening his mouth like that. Keep that active. Turn out to the center line here and leg heel to the right. Once again, just to engage him a little more through his back. Tap. Get a little more moving over. Now let's do a shoulder 4 down the next long side. So both hands come a little bit to the inside as we move his shoulders off of the rail, while your inside leg keeps him going straight down the rail. Always look straight down into the corner that you're going to. So we put him at a little bit of an angle, but we keep looking down to the other end. Keep looking down to the end of the arena. Head up on top of your shoulders. Now, what happened there is that instead of looking down the shoulders, you started looking down at his neck instead of looking forward to where you're going. Get your eyes up to where you're going. Tap, a little more active. We're going to try that again down the next long side. Don't look down at his shoulders. Look down at the far end of the arena and keep him moving. Good. Keep him moving, keep him moving, keep him moving, keep him moving. Tap right there. He's trying to quit on you. Tap. Now look down to the far end of the arena. Don't look down with your head. Don't turn your head down. Tap with your whip and keep him going. Tap harder. Tap. Come on, tap, tap, tap. You've got to be quicker to discipline him. That's all he's doing is just taking advantage of you a little bit when that happens. Keep going. Now lengthen down this long side. We're going to do it again. A little more active. Tap. And we're going to do the same thing down the next long side. Keep your head back on top of your shoulders. Don't turn your eyes down to your hands or to the back of his head. Look down the arena. So you keep looking ahead to where you're going. Keep looking ahead to where you're going. Eyes up. Look ahead to where you're going. Tap him with the whip and keep him going. Like that. There you go. You did it that time. Very nice. Much, much better. Keep it going. Now let him have a stretch on the circle here. Let him stretch all the way down and activate that. But even when you're stretching, keep your head back on top of your shoulders and look where you're going. Look out ahead all the way. Always looking where we're going and not the back of our hands or the back of his head. We see many dressage riders who end up spending their whole time staring at the back of the horse's ears. Like that. Good job there. Good. Good. Now go large. Keep that. Keep the stretch and change the rein across the next diagonal. Good. Nice activity there. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Let him stay in the stretch as you change across the diagonal, but keep it active. So he's getting a little bit of a rest, but at the same time, he's working. Belly is nicely up now. Keep that going. Now go large. Now begin to develop the working trot as you go down this long side. Keep the activity. Keep your head up on top of your shoulders. Just shorten your reins and bring his pole up, but don't stare down at your hands or the back of his head. And down the next long side, we're going to do a shoulder 4 down that long side. Same thing. Keep him active. Keep your eyes up, your head on top of your shoulders, and look down into the next corner. Feel whether he's going or not. And if he isn't going, tap with your leg or whip. There you go, like that. Much better. Keep your head back. Keep your eyes looking down to the corner. Like that. Very good that time. Now let him have a big stretch here all the way down. And a little more active. Good, like this. Good. Around your circle. Really good trot now. Around a circle there. Good. Very nice. Much better now. Keep this. Now, as you come back to the rail, shortening your reins and bringing them back up into the working position. Don't look down. Keep looking ahead. Feel. Do it by feel rather than look, rather than staring at the back of his ears or at your hands. Keep that. I mean, obviously, if you need to glance down for a second, do so, but don't keep them there. because that makes your head come forward and that stops the horse. As soon as your head drops forward 3 inches, though, all the weight goes on the horse's forehead. So important to keep our head back up to where on top of our shoulders and our eyes looking ahead to where we're going. Beautiful right there. Keep that going. Keep it going. Keep it. Don't install on you there. Good job. Lengthen again down the next long side. Keep them up there. Tap. And push your seat through. Give him a little tap with your leg. Tap with your whip once. Get a little more out of him. Tap. It gets bigger. There you go. Starting to respond. Keep him up there. Now shoulder forward down the next long side. You can pull up a little bit. It's gotten a little flat. Good, there. Good job. Right there. It's good. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Rise up. That. And now we're going to do that shoulder forward down that next long side again, just like you did before. This is the harder side to do it on. Keep the activity. Keep your head back on top of your shoulders. Don't look down. Look down to the far corner and keep him going off of your legs. Feel it rather than look for it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Tap, tap. There, right there. Good job. Very nice. Very nice. Now we do a deep stretch on this circle here. Then go all the way down and make it more active and lengthen around that circle. Tap. Keep your shoulders back. Like that. Good job. Let them stretch down. Very nice. Like this. Good job. Keep that active. Good. Really good there. Keep that. Keep it going. Don't let him stall on you. Tap. Good. Good. When you reach the long side, go large and bring him back up into the working position. Keep that. Good job. Very nice. Much, much better. Keep that. Go large and just go straight down the next long side. Ask him to soften just a little bit. It got a little bit flat right there. Good. Keep that. His hands together. Keep your head back on top of your shoulders. Eyes up. Look where you're going. Look around this corner. Don't look down. Always saying, you'll end up where you look. If you keep looking at the ground, you end up on it. Keep that going. Like this. Good. Keep it right there. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Good. Like this. Good. Right there. Keep it. Just like this. Look up as you make this change across the diagonal. Eyes stay up. Look where you're going. Pick a point on the other side and look at that point. Like that. Yes. Good. Good. Good job. Really nice. Now go large. Keep that. Really good. Keep that going. Keep that going. Keep it going. Just like that. Keep this good working trot right here. Right here. Don't let anything change. Go into the corner. Keep your eyes up, looking over to the next corner. And then we look down to the next far end, keeping our eyes up. Keep it active. Feeling whether he's falling apart. That's really good right there. And make a transition to walk. Wow. Very nice. And let him stretch all the way out. Now, why it took us a little while to get there, that ended with one of the best trots you've ever had on him, I thought. At the very end there, he really got really nice and round underneath you. That got to a really good working trot. How'd that feel for you at the end?
I felt good at the end. I
Good.
just felt like in the beginning, every time I would lift his head up, he would drop his back.
Yep.
You know, trying to get that moving.
Very nice. Well, once again, whatever happens along the way, it's where we finish every day that's important. Always remember that with horses, you know.
Yeah.
And when we're trying to learn all this ourselves, is that we end up in a good place without, you know, torturing either of you. Very nice walk at the end there, and you may let him halt and dismount.
Did you hear Will? He said, "Stop, Mom."
You can now stop. Okay, very well done. What a good boy. Come on over and we'll talk about it. So just those couple of things I noticed today, that thing of, you know, looking down, keeping your eyes back so you're looking ahead to where you're going, you know, not letting him, these are the big things to take away, you know, don't let him make these decisions. I mean, it's okay to let him try that, but not when he does it. Always go, even if it's just a little bit longer, don't let him make the decisions.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't put on purpose do any more canter today with him because I want you to keep work. That canter looked really good on the right side today.
Yeah.
So continue working the canter on the lunge line the way we did today, asking for that little bit more, and hopefully we'll begin to see the left, because that's all it is. It's just him deciding, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. That's just. It's not that he can't. It's just, like people. Some people are really lazy. Some are not. The horses are the same way. Some are always looking for a way out of the work and this kind of thing. But that really got to a beautiful place where you got to at the end. You were really stretching yourself up, had a good working trot. He was on the bridle. Absolutely everything that we're looking for. So.
Okay, good.
Just the difference between Marnie or me is that we've done this a million times. So, we're more precise. So and that's why I harp on you about being precise about the whip and stuff, because these little things make all the difference in the world, or whether the horse, as I said, just, horses are always trying to train us while we're trying to train them. That's what you always have to remember. Now, we never want to just brutalize them or anything, but, we always have to, whatever we're asking within the reason, but just asking him to keep going. I mean, he can do what you're asking him to do.
Yeah.
It's just thinking of him, oh, can I get away with this now? Or can I,
For sure. Good. We're not really asking a lot, but I will say that I think 2 weeks essentially off, I think I really saw the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the more you consistently you work your horses, the easier it will be to work them. I mean, that's the biggest thing to get in people's minds, that, and that thing of just letting, and once again, if you had a 15-year-old horse with lots of experience and been going well for years, you could turn them out for the summer and bring them back in. They'd go back to work, but you're just still training these horses. They're not fully trained. So when you just let them go to seed, it all just goes to seed. They don't come back, where you left off, so it's always that to remember. But keeping them going consistently, it's always like with any athlete, being able to keep going. Many people never get anywhere in sports because they keep injuring themselves. They do stupid things to themselves, so they're always having to take time. They do too much and overexert themselves and get sore and all that kind of thing, and then they end up stopping and starting and stopping. So, that's, slow and steady gets there, whether it's with you or with a horse. And
that totally happened to me recently. Like, I was finally on a really good path, working out. Yeah. And then I did something to my back, and I stopped working out for 2-3 weeks. And I feel like I just went back 3 months. So,
well, you have to remember, if you anything more than 2 weeks, you start to lose muscle tone in 2 weeks. Your muscles just start to disappear.
I feel it in my body. I feel it. Yeah. So.
And I would say the older you get, I'm going to be 70 next month. I can't even believe that. It's just such a bizarre idea. Like, I think about it. But anyway. But, I've noticed at my age now, and I've just gone through this thing, I'm glad I figured out what it was, is all this last winter I was feeling terrible, and I'd start to get in shape, and I couldn't. It turned out to be all these abscesses I had in my head. Oh. I mean, I woke up this morning after they took the last one out yesterday, and I feel better than I felt in weeks, just getting that last one out of my head, so hopefully I will be able to get, but same thing. But I noticed when I don't, when I feel lousy and I can't keep working out, man, at my age, the muscles are gone. And because I'm a kind of person who has to work out all the time. I'm skin and bones, unless I've been like that since a child. The only way I ever put any muscle on was by really actively lifting weights, because I'm one of those, what do you call people? Endomorphs or whatever. I can't remember what the word is. But skin and bones people.
Skin and bone people, yeah.
Skin and bones people, that kind of thing. So I noticed a big difference at this age. 2 weeks of not working out, my God, I'm skin and bones again. Where it used to be when I was 20 years younger, it wasn't so much. But the older you get, the harder it becomes for horses or people or anything else. But great job, you guys, today. You guys are doing a wonderful job. And all this stuff, is a learning process, about all these things, about how important all these issues are, the way we did, the consistency of training and all of that kind of thing. Yeah. It's the hardest thing for people to learn. These are not automobiles that you park in the garage and jump on them when you feel like, if you're going to be safe or ever do anything worth anything on them.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, great job. Next week or
next Thursday?
Next Thursday again. Okay, so we're back on Thursday. All right.
Yeah. So Thursday.
That's perfectly fine.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Are we still talking about the clinic there in October? Did you guys continue?
Yep. Yeah, we're just waiting to hear back from Marnie to see if she's got people, and then we're gonna
Okay.
start advertising
Well,
here.
you, Marnie,
Okay.
and I should
Well, let me
probably
know so I can
do-
get it on the schedule. Sounds great. Can't wait to see you guys in person again.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Been way too long.
I know.
But you know, this is working so well. I mean, everybody that I'm working with this way is just doing wonderfully. It's just this has been the missing. You know, with me walking away, you know, you need years of experience to be able to do this on your
Yeah.
own. So just taking a lesson a year was never going to work.
You're helping us get our 10,000 hours in.
Right, 10,000 hours, exactly right. All right, so you guys, I'll see you next week on Thursday.
See ya.
Great
Thanks,
stuff.
Will.
Thanks.
Bye.